This is 34-year-old Bernardo Mendez. Back in 2015, one of Bernardo's family members called the police, claiming that Bernardo had been bragging about killing a man for disrespecting him. The victim's name was Herbert Featherhoff, and the police were able to locate his body in an abandoned apartment building. The cause of death appeared to be blunt force trauma to the head.
We've got a death here in Lubbock that you're responsible for, and we want to give you the opportunity to explain your side. Okay? A lot of times people get involved in altercations, get involved in disputes, and something is triggered by that. The fight happens and then it's over, and 2-3 days later somebody dies from their injuries. Okay? Sometimes people don't mean things to happen, but they do happen. Okay? There are certain things that have happened, and that's the reason why you're here, and that's the reason why we're here. Okay?
Like Detective Martinez just said, obviously you're here for a reason. And they told you on scene that you had a murder warrant. Now is your time to let us know what took place that day.
What day was that? Because to tell you the truth, I haven't hurt nobody or hit nobody. I've been with my girl Erica. We've been going back and forth. We stayed like at her uncle's house. That's like her family and stuff. They stay there. Then she'll stay sometime. Her parents sometime will go stay at the villa, whatever. And then after that, we went to the tent city. And then we've been going on the bus. We've been living together, and we've been going sometime with her mom. It's not like a mom, it's like a lady. Go help her and all that. We're always going in to go eat. Then I finally got a job, and I'll be going to Odessa. Her friend got me a job, so I've been trying to get all my Social Security, birth certificate, everything, so I can do my income.
We're not here because we're fishing for information, okay? We don't get an arrest warrant for anyone just because we feel like bringing someone in, okay? We're here for a reason, okay? This has to do with an altercation that you had at the Villa del Norte apartments. That was you, and you were there. You can tell me your side if you have a side to tell me, but I'm not asking if you were there. I know you were there, okay? I'm not asking if it was you that was involved in that. I know that it was you. What I want to know is if this man did something, to provoke you, or if he said something to you, or he did something to you that caused the problem, that's what I'd like to hear from you.
I didn't do nothing to him. My girl would tell you, I didn't mess with him. I didn't do nothing.
Where do you know him from?
I don't know him. I promise.
Why were you involved in a problem with him? Why were you involved in an altercation with him?
I'm saying the truth. I was not involved. I would never do stuff like that, but it's alright, I'm gonna keep fighting for it because it ain't me, I'm not a person who would do stuff.
You are in custody for it, and you are in custody for it because it is you. We know it is you. I'm not asking you to tell me whether you did or you didn't. What I'm interested in knowing is what happened that triggered this problem, okay?
Bernardo is noticeably nervous as he denies knowing who his victim was. The detectives explain that they have Bernardo and Herbert talking with each other on surveillance footage at a local Walmart. When Bernardo hears this, he admits to speaking with Herbert, but it was a friendly and brief conversation.
Right. Well, I really don't know about him that much, Just that time when he just talked to us, and that was it, Because
there was more than that, Vinny. There was more than that. There was more than that, Vinny. There's more than just that conversation at one time. There was more than that. You know it, and I know it. Okay, there was more than that. I'm not interested in the conversation. I'm not interested in the nice guy stuff. I'm interested in knowing what led to this man being assaulted, or what led to you and him fighting. That's what I'm interested in knowing.
See, we didn't fight. He didn't jump on me and I didn't do nothing to him, you know? We didn't end up together, you know? At
Yeah,
all.
you did, Benny. Yeah, you did. Like I said, it's not debatable. That's not what I'm here to debate with you. You know, I'm not saying this man was a saint, but I know you ain't a saint. I know that for a fact. And so, don't try to sell me that story that you hear poor little Mr. Innocent Benny that does nobody wrong and all he does is take care of his girl. I know better. I've been around a long time, a lot longer than that. So, don't waste time trying to sell me that story. I want us to talk about what really matters here. What really matters here is that altercation that took place between y'all.
I've been saying the whole thing. I don't know what y'all want to know. I'm saying the
We
truth,
want to know
you
what
because-
caused the problem. We want to know what caused Benny to get mad at this man and assault him.
See, I didn't
That's
get
what I
mad.
want to
didn't
know.
do Nothing to
You
him.
just do it for fun. You do it just
No,
without being mad, without needing to defend yourself, without needing to protect anyone, without needing to take anything from anyone. You just do it just.
I don't take nothing from nobody. That's one thing. And then the only time I protect myself is like if they pull out a knife or something, you know, like a weapon or, you know, like a.
Well, tell me what happened this time, Benny.
Well, he didn't bother. I don't know, cause I know he didn't have nothing. I don't know, you know. Not
You know
in
that he had nothing.
Not in. What he had, he was saying that out of him, you know, like what he had, like hey this and that, you know.
What was it that he had?
He didn't show us. He had just his. He just said, "Hey man, all I got is some weed or whatever." He was saying all that, you know, just talking. That was it, you know. And we're like, "Oh, okay." Well, we just walked in Walmart, went grocery shopping, you know.
Well,
Take the
do it in your heart.
responsibility.
Do it in your heart to do the right thing, and tell us about this altercation right here.
Well, I said the truth, you know. You
No,
know,
Benny,
the
that
whole
is
thing.
not the truth.
But
No, Benny, that is not the truth.
Bernardo realizes there is no point in denying the altercation, so he decides to claim he acted in self-defense.
Right here.
oh, I did defend myself and my woman, you know, because of the stuff he'll tell us, and then, you know, all females get scared, man.
Okay.
And
So what
we
did
told him?
Okay. So what did he tell your female to make you get upset with him? What did he tell your female? What did he tell Erica?
Hey, all I heard that he said, that he wanted to rape them and stuff like
Okay.
that.
So he told Erica
there at
and
Walmart.
who else?
That other girl.
Okay. Which you don't know the
the
name.
one that was scared, yeah.
Okay.
He told the other girl.
Okay.
You know,
He told
my
the other girl what?
That he wanted to have sex and so
Okay.
that he was gonna take her to the boonies out there and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And they were scared.
Okay.
And then my girl came and told me,
Okay.
you know, they're not involved in, you know, but I went and I got scared. I said, man, I'm scared he might do something,
Right.
you know,
Right.
because he was coming from me down. Hey, stop it. So we kept going because they're scared. I'm scared.
Okay.
You know, because
Okay.
I've been jumped.
Right.
After that, that's when I hit the other guy. And when I tried to get that guy with the knife, he had hit him, but I didn't use no weapons. I used just my hand, just one
two.
on him because
So
he
you-
pulled
so
out.
you
He
hit-
pulled out something out of his bag. I guess whatever it was. Tried to hit my friend, so I grabbed it and I said no. And I just hit him one time.
Where did
and after
you?
that,
Where did
John,
you hit? Where did you hit him at?
I hit him right here on the side or the chest, and that was it. And then, so I went. Me and my girl had just left. We were already gone. Me and my girl, we were already going to the park. So you know.
So you hit him one time. You said right in the chest area, somewhere
Yeah.
around here.
That was it.
Do you
Yeah.
recall which side it was? Do you
No,
remember?
that was it.
Bernardo claims that Herbert threatened him and his girlfriend as they were leaving Walmart and then followed them down the road. At some point, Herbert attacked Bernardo, so he hit him in the chest and ran away.
But I'm being 100% and I'm letting you know.
Do not be 100%, Benny. That's the problem that we're having. I mean, and I'll be 100% real with you. You're 75% you're being real. There's still 25% we are not being real. And it's I explained to you a minute ago. The reason we have you in here is because we know. I mean, from point A to point Z, exactly what happened, and you're leaving still 25% out of that story. Okay? Just a minute ago, we talked about the walker, and you said he gave it to you, you went and disposed of the walker, you threw it in a room. What else did you do to this man? We know. We just want to hear it from you. We want to give you the opportunity to let us know what else you did to this man. How else did you hit him? What did you hit him with?
I used my hand, you know.
There's something else.
And that was it.
We know there's something else.
Only hit him 1 or 2 times, that was it, and I left.
So now
But I
it's
used
two.
my foot.
So now it's 2 times. Okay, you hit him 1 time with the fist in his chest, and then now you hit him a 2nd time with what?
On my leg.
Okay.
But not hard, like,
Okay.
you know.
So you kicked him. Okay.
Yeah.
There's still something else that's missing also. We know because he and I were both there. We know that he was hit with something else. We know that. What was it?
What was it?
We know what it was. We want to hear it from you. You're telling us that you want to be honest, that you're being truthful. We want to hear it from you.
Right. I'm saying the truth.
No.
Because he was trying to hit us or hit my friend, you know. And I can tell that back to, you know.
Bernardo creates an imaginary friend named Josh and claims that Josh was the one who attacked Herbert, and his weapon of choice was a bathroom sink.
I'm still having a little bit of a hard time about this Josh guy that
We call him Fat Boy. That's what I would call him.
should be locked up. How can I prove that this guy exists? How can I prove that this guy is real? This Josh guy.
Oh, he was there.
How can I prove that he's real? Where can I find him with a tattoo here saying Fat Boy?
Oh, no.
You know, how can I prove that he's not just somebody you invented to imagine that he's real?
Oh, no. I'm not. I wouldn't do that. You know, I'm being honest the way y'all want me to say the truth.
We want you to be honest.
And I am being
We want you to
honest.
be honest, Vinny. And you have been honest about some things. Okay? But I'm having a hard time about this Josh guy.
He's bald. He's a little stocky, and they call him Fat Boy. You know. So I'm telling that guy, I said, man, what you hit him at, or what? He said he just damaged him, like hurt him. He said, all I know, there was blood everywhere.
That Mr. Herbert is missing also a pair of black steel toe boots, and I find it very, very, very ironic that you have the exact same boots that he has in your tent.
No, I got those at the closet place. Because they marked the name and they marked boots. Like, you know how you get all your stuff there, they'll mark it, and it has a date when I went.
You say I wouldn't lie to you, but I mean, look, we've gotten this far. I mean, it's 8:41, and you got in here at 6 p.m. You know, had you been truthful from the get-go, we would have been done with this. But I mean, obviously, it's almost 3 hours later. You know, I would say probably at least 2.5 hours later that we've gotten to this point. You know what I mean? So, and again, you know, Vinny, I strongly feel that you're not
Being
I mean,
you think I'm leaving something behind. Or
exactly. You know, and I know just as well as you do that there are that you are leaving some stuff out. I know that. You know that. You know.
Brother, I'm a person that would not lie. But
You know, it's
those
just-
steel toe boots are there from there.
Okay. And it goes as far as
go to this man.
as far as going back to this. You said you punched him one time. I know just as well as you know that your involvement in this was a little bit more. I know that. This man had a family, man. You know, and that's what sucks. You know, it just wasn't one person involved. His family, you know. And you know, I've got to speak to them. I've got to talk to them.
Right.
You know, they've been calling me. Obviously, they're concerned because their loved one is dead. And that's what's not fair, you know.
I didn't even know he was dead. You know what I mean?
So you had no idea he was dead.
No, sir. Nothing like that. No, sir.
And when did you find out he was dead?
I didn't find out. You know, they never told me nothing. You know what I mean?
No one ever told you anything
Nobody.
at all.
Yes, sir. Nothing. Up and down.
Bernardo looks like a deer in headlights as he claims he had no idea his victim had died from the attack. The detectives believe they are getting close to a confession, so they try one last time to get Bernardo to be honest.
This is your opportunity to set the record straight from your point of view, your justifications, your reasons for doing whatever you did, you know, the circumstances that caused you to act the way you did. This is the opportunity, okay? And whatever you say is compared to the evidence and the facts that we know, the other information we have gathered, and when you're 100% truthful, you know, it's going to make you look that way. You know, when we compare it to what we have, when there's some stuff missing, it's going to tell us that, well, you know, Benny is a good man. He did tell us some good things. He did, you know, he did own up to some of his actions, but then he left some stuff out, and you know. That's the way it's gonna look, okay? And so, you know, I appreciate you talking to us about this. You know, I'm still not satisfied with the story that you've told us. You know, and I'm not saying it's a lie. I know there's a lot of truth in what you've said. I'm just having trouble with some of it. You know, and I'm not here to tell you, you know what, this is not right, tell me something different, or this is not right, I want you to tell me this or that. No, this is not the way this works. I'll give you an opportunity to tell me what you saw, what you remember, okay? Sometimes people don't remember things clearly because they're afraid or something else, but you know, when you tell me things that there's just no possible way that they could have happened a certain way, then, you know, it doesn't look good for you. I mean, it causes a problem, but not for us, okay? Let me tell you what we're going to be doing on this. Unless you have something else that you want to add, or something else that you want to clarify, or something else that you remember that'll make things a lot easier for us to understand. There's something like that is, you have something else you want to say, we're going to have somebody photograph you, photograph your hands, photograph your, we're probably going to collect your clothes and your shoes, and
like all the stuff.
yeah, and something that we'll probably need at some point, and this is something that you can do voluntarily, or we can do it at a later time, is collect your DNA material. You know what DNA is?
They did that, and maybe
They did that,
yeah,
well.
a while back, long time.
Well, you know, we'd like to do the same thing, and that way, you know, people when they're involved in altercations, they sweat, they transfer their bloods, I mean their skin cells when they grab somebody, when do stuff like that, and you know, if you say all you did was one punch, but we find some other DNA, some other of your DNA somewhere else, and that's going to create a problem. But of course, if you're saying the truth and the DNA backs you up, then what can I say? Whatever I believe or think it doesn't matter, because science is science, and that's going to, gonna prove us, you or me, right or wrong. Okay, so like I said, this is something that, like everything else, if you want to do it, we'll do it. If you'll sign a consent to allow us to collect the DNA sample, we'll do that tonight. If you don't want to do that, fine. We'll move on. We'll do the photographs. We'll do everything else that we're done. So you tell me, would you like to give us a sample of your DNA? Yes, no?
Do anything from, so y'all have.
So is that answer yes or no?
Well, yes, sir.
What Bernardo doesn't know is that his girlfriend who witnessed the attack told the police that Bernardo was bragging after killing his victim. Bernardo told her, "That's what happens when you look at my girlfriend."
Bernardo Mendez pleaded guilty today to killing 51-year-old Herbert. 8 years after a Lubbock man's murder, his killer will now spend more than a decade in prison. Bernardo Mendez pleaded guilty today to killing 51-year-old Herbert Featheroff in 2015. According to police records, Mendez struck Featheroff in the head and later bragged to a witness about, quote, beating up an old man. Featheroff's body was found at an apartment complex near Baylor and in North Sherman in March 8 years ago. At the time, witnesses told police Mendez blamed the attack on Featheroff looking at his girlfriend. Mendez was arrested several days later. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison today.
During the interrogation, Bernardo never admitted guilt, but when he was offered a plea deal for 15 years in prison, he immediately accepted the offer. Bernardo claimed that he and Herbert began arguing in an abandoned apartment when he beat up his victim using a bathroom sink. The victim's body was found days later, covered by an old door and wires. Bernardo would have never been caught had he not started bragging about what he had done. What are your thoughts on this case? Please share them in the comments below.